But one of the things I always remember, when you were watching the football team, you were cheering in the stands. Shouting, cheering, even chanting for your team. And that uplifted them. That gave them energy, purpose, even hope. And that's one of the great powers of chanting. The same sort of thing which happens in a football stadium. The same thing which happens when maybe your daughter is playing a tennis match, in the school final. Mum and Dad are there. And they can hear them. Come on, darling, you can do it. And that means that that little kid actually wins. Because of the support, the power of the mother and father. And sometimes that chanting has the same power. Monks, sometimes really busy monks which you really respect, they're coming to your bedside. They're spending all that time just with you and chanting. It doesn't really matter if you understand the chant or not. When people say, well, why don't you chant the chants in English or something so we can understand what you're chanting all the time? Why do we have to have this ritual always chanting a foreign language? And there is a good reason for that. And that reason you can understand when I say that I do get tired sometimes, I do work too much. My compassion is much stronger than my wisdom. And I was doing a marriage ceremony, again for a couple, and I was so tired that when I did the chanting for funerals instead of the marriage. We all make mistakes sometimes. So I did a special chant reserved for funeral services when two people get married. But because it was in Pali, they think, no. Thank you very much, Ajahn Brahm. And they're still together. Because it wasn't the chanting, it was the fact that I was really supporting them. And my kindness, and the fact that there's many people in the stands shouting for you, because those footballers on the ground, they can't hear you. They don't know what you're chanting, they just hear this noise. When the Sri Lankan cricket team are playing, they're focusing on the ball being bowled to them, or catching the ball. They're not really paying attention to the crowd, but still it supports them, encourages them, even if they don't understand what's being said. That is like the chanting. It really uplifts you sometimes. If you're a monk or a nun, you know the Pali, then it's beautiful chanting. Some of the Dhamma there is incredible, it's exquisite. So when I do the chanting, some of these parittas we do, this chanting, they are actually teachings of the Buddha, and some really beautiful teachings in there. And because of that sometimes, it's happened to me a few times, I started chanting, I can't go on. Because it's like listening to something which is really incredibly deep and inspiring. I can't chant anymore because it just gets into you. So some of these parittas are incredible if you understand the Pali. But that's, for those people who've done that study. Even if you haven't done the study, it still really works. But the other chanting which we do, the other sort of ceremonies, I always say that as Buddhism, we don't give a cradle-to-grave service. It's much more than that. We actually chant when the baby's in the womb. And we chant after a person dies. So it's before the cradle, after the grave. Service. Really good being a Buddhist, you get much more.